Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is a Grille. It's a tier 5 German SVG and it's located on the south spawn of mines under the command of firekitty. Now it's got a 15cm howitzer capable of 540 alpha if it can penetrate the armor, that is. But it's got a 23-second reload. And the game has started. Now, firekitty's taking him off into the bushes. It's basically the chassis of a Hetzer. Same chassis used for the 38T and also for the Marder and the Light Beers 38. But with a big 15cm howitzer on it, it can be quite effective. Unfortunately, the range doesn't extend the entire battlefield, but it's pretty good at doing damage to the enemy. Firekitty fires the first round in and gets 170 hit points on an M4 improved. And the enemy have already lost one of their tanks, and we lost the Covenanter to their Arty. Right, well, we've got some targets to shoot at, and we're reloaded. She fires another round at the M4 improved, but he's moved away from that position. So we've got the P43, which is a tier 5 Italian medium. This is a tier 6 game. She's middle tier on the 357. Looks like firekitty's loaded and ready to shoot at this KV1. Rounds out. Oh, right next door to him, 277 hit points and splash. It just went too long and landed just the other side of him. She's trying to work out where he's going and waiting for the reload to go through. But in the meanwhile, another enemy's turned up. It's an AMX Biz. He's on the cliffs overlooking our teammates. And of course, he's lighting them up by proximity to them. So I think firekitty's going to fire a round in. Oh, just pulls away in time to avoid that shell. Right, in the centre, we've got a T52 behind the rock and that P43. But firekitty's now focusing on an OI. That's a tier 6 Japanese super heavy. Round out and a direct hit on his engine bay. 194. Now you do get stunned with the Grille, but it's not very much. It's about 5 seconds at most. That KV1's pulling back. He's a one-shot now for firekitty. She fires a round in. If this hits, it's a kill. Oh, it didn't. It landed behind him. It was aimed at his rear, but it didn't kill him. But at least the kill goes to the AMX 12 ton. And now we've got the OI heading towards the land. Still in the water. Firekitty's loaded. She fires in straight away. It hits the rock face because it wasn't fully dialed in. And that OI is definitely after our Panzer 38NA and the T34 shielded. Firekitty's going to go after the T52 in the centre. She's almost loaded. She's dialing in. Almost there. She's ready. Rounds out straight away. And oh, it goes long. Lands behind the T52. It only stuns him. She's not getting much luck at the moment. Still hasn't got a kill. Right, going back to the OI, she's almost loaded. She's dialing in on him. Rounds out. This should hit. And it splashes alongside him again. She's got a splash. But it's a splash for 131 and she's picking up stun assist as well. So at least she's making some profit out of it. Almost ready to shoot again. Loaded. Now, rounds out straight away. And again she gets a splash instead of a hit. 47 hit points a splash. And the OI keeps moving, but now he's dead. T-34S got him. Right, well, we're 3 tanks down on the enemy. There's the P-43. He's moved from his previous position, and he's actually come up from the water side. Probably slipped down the cliff face into the water and then came up around the cliff edge. Now we're down by 4 tanks. So this is going to take something to win. Right, looking at the back of the map, there was a Panzer IV seen up on top of the cliff, but we've lost sight of them. There's nobody up there spotting them for us, unfortunately. Okay, we've got a Panzer 38NA with the automatic cannon, not with the 5cm gun. Dialed in, rounds out. This should do damage. It does. 264 hit points, but doesn't kill him outright. It's left him on a one shot though. Almost loaded. Now, if she can get this shot right and splashes him, he's on dead. No, she didn't get the kill. And unfortunately, we've lost our Hetzer, which now means we are down by 4 tanks. We've only got 3 tanks left on our side. A heavy, a medium, and firekitty and her Grille. The heavy is a KV2. The medium is the T-34 shielded. He's got 3 kills already. Now, the KV2 is on the south approach to the hill. The T-34S is guarding the west side. In fact, actually, he's moved from the west side from that opening that looks over the water, and he's now positioned himself so he can shoot up onto the hill approach. And no, fired another round in at that Panzer 38NA, and it looks like he's pulled away from that position. So firekitty's going to relocate herself over this side. And good job that she did, because we've now got a Panzer 4D, and if she'd been in the previous position, she wouldn't be able to get shots on him at all. In fact, she can't get shots on him because he's actually in defilade of the rock face there. So she's going to have to wait for him to move a little bit further forward, and here he comes. Firekitty's ready for him. Rounds out. Oh, splashes him for 120. The Panzer 2, the KV2 can now get a kill on him. Oh, we took him round from the M44. So he must have seen our tracer. Firekitty's gone into the protection of the building for the moment. Now, she might have been seen because of the P43. I don't know if she's got 6th sense at all. I'm not aware if she has, but that P43 might have spotted her for the M44. Okay, she's lining up a shot from P43. And the KV2 takes out that Panzer 4D. Now firekitty fires around in at the Panzer P43. Splashes him, but only stuns him. She'll need to get in protection of that building. Yep, that's why. The M44 was going to try another shot, and this time he failed. So she did the wise thing, move forward as quickly as possible. In fact, you should keep changing your position. Now the Panzer 4D has been killed, she could move back to the other side of that corner, and she gets a splash on the P43 and tracks him. He burns his Rebecca immediately, and firekitty moves back into cover because the M44 might try to hit her, thinking she's moved to the bush. If we see a shell go into that bush, then we'll know that that's what the M44 did see. Now she's moved back over to the right side. As I suggested, that's the right place to be. There's plenty of hiding places over here, but she did knock the wall down. That might be seen by the M44. An eagle-eye M44 player who's doing counter-battery would spot that wall disappearing. You look for any sign of movement, any form of destruction on the scenery, and then you obviously work on that. 5 enemy vehicles left. 3 of them Arty, 2 mediums. The mediums are T28E with the F30 gun and the P43. And of course, we know the P43 is badly damaged, but we don't know anything about the T28E with the F30. Here's the P43. Now we can get a hit on him from here. And if this is good, oh, it goes long. Now she'll need to move. The M44 will be watching. I'm not sure if she's in enough cover there to stop the P43 seeing her. But she's loaded. Dialing in. Round out. It stuns him, but nothing more. She's going to have to change position now. She's more likely to be spotted if she's out in the open as she is at the moment. P43 has disappeared, so the KV2 is not proxy spotting him at the moment. He's just too far away. She's aiming for generally the same area. She's only got 10 rounds left. They could still pull off a victory, but it's going to be an ask. 5 minutes to go. Well, no sign of that P43 yet. The T28... Oh, there he is! He's been seen. He is trying to find the KV2. Now, if he pokes his way around, we might be able to get a shot at him. Here he comes. Rounds out. Oh, just missed him. Gonna need to move quick because the M44 might be looking for her. But she's still in the open though, this is the problem. And she might be in view range of that P43 and she doesn't know if he's seen her or not, if she hasn't got Sixth Sense. If she has got Sixth Sense, she'll know immediately. And the T28E with the F30 has come up on the west side. And unfortunately from the position she's in at the moment, she can't get shots on him. And there's the P43 on the cliff overlooking. And he must be able to see her now. We're dialing in on the P43. Need to get this right. Ready. Ready. Oh, we've lost... Well, lost both tanks. Lost the T-34S, but the enemy lost their T-28E with the F-30. So, it's now 4 versus 2. KV-2's come back. 8 rounds left. Now, if the KV-2 gets a proxy spot from that P-43, Firekitty's going to need to get her gun to bear on him straight away. This is getting very tense. I'm surprised that more of the Arty have come up. Oh, and here's one of them. The M37's come up on the west route. Now it looks like he's aiming at the KV-2, who just derps him out of existence, just like that. So now it's 2 versus 3. Now the difficult thing is that of the enemy Arty, the M44 is the most mobile and it's probably the most heavy hitting. The Grille's probably the slowest out of the bunch, but he has got a 15cm gun, as we've seen with Firekitty. Okay, well there's the 2-minute warning. KV-2's making his way up the south approach. Will he find that P-43? Might be waiting just around the corner. Oh, there he is. Round out. Oh, it just went long, but it stunned the P-43, and the KV-2 deals with him with 1 shot. Now, Firekitty can move. It's now her and the KV-2 versus 2 Arty. Now, I expect that both of those Arty will have moved, and yes, they have, and there's the M44. He's on the south approach, and she's dialing in. I'm not sure if the M44 knows he's been seen, but I suspect he does. He's just fired at the KV-2. Round out, and she splashes him for 67 hit points. KV-2 will get the kill if he can come around the corner. And that just leaves the Grille. Okay, Firekitty's auto-aimed on the M44. She's not even bothering to go to overhead view. Just waiting for the reload to come in. Fires around in and takes the kill on the M44. Now there's only 1 enemy left, but it's the minute Hooter's already gone. So we've got to find this enemy Grille to win the game. There he is! Come on, Fire Kitty, you can do it. KV2's trying to see him, and he's done it. He shoots him and dupes him from across the heights on the south approach, takes out the gorilla and wins the game. So it went from 5 versus 2 very quickly to 2, winning the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Wow, look at this. Fire Kitty got a first-class tanker in the gorilla. She got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 13, but she got a Confederate. She hit more of the enemy than anyone else on the team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And yes, you can see that there. Even with the kill of the M44, she still qualified for it with 6 enemy vehicles damaged and then killed by her teammates. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, she didn't get the highest amount of damage. That went to the T-34 Shielded. He got 1,676 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was the T-28E with the F-30. He got 1,643. Then came the enemy Grille, then came Fire Kitty with 1,382. What am I saying? Enemy Grille. That's Fire Kitty, that is. And the next high scorer after that was the KV2 with 1,059. When it came to kills, it was actually shared between the KV2 and the T-34 Shielded. They both got 5 kills apiece, but unfortunately the T-34 Shielded didn't survive the battle. And Fire Kitty only got the 1 kill. And when it came to base XP, it was actually the KV2 got the highest. He got 1,018 base experience points. T-34 Shielded got 934, and Fire Kitty managed to get 756 in that one. So let's have a look at detail. Fire Kitty fired 25 rounds in that game, got 3 direct hits and 1 penetration and 17 splash. Damage of 1,382 hit points, of which 1,169 were at more than 300 meters. She received 1 hit as a result of splash damage. That came from the M44, who managed to work out where she was, but didn't get it close enough to take her out the game. Damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1 of them, and did damage assistance, or stun assistance I should say, of 640 hit points off 17 stuns. On a premium count, she earned 36,180 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 23,036 credits. She received 1,134 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, took away 2,268 altogether. She said, a good day at the Arty office, Confed medal, well-played battle to come from behind and win. Well, it certainly was, because at one point during that game, it certainly looked as if you were going to lose it, because after losing your T-34 Shielded, well, actually, I think it was 4-2 at that point, not 5-2, because at the point it was 5-3, I think, when the Shielded was alive. But since the Shielded killed the T-28E with the F-30 and died in the same moment, it went down to 2-4, but they still managed to prevail. So it shows what good players Fire Kitty was and that KV2 for winning through. If you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.